back stretch. So using a foam roller, any kind of fulcrum, you can do it off the edge of a bed. You're going to have hands overhead and you're going to kind of arch and let gravity bring you back. I'm using a small weight here. You don't need to go heavy. You can also do it without a weight as long as your breathing is correct. Nice long deep breaths and you can really feel the muscles relaxing. And just trying to sink further and further with the breathing. And also coming up. So contracting the muscles on the front is going to allow the muscles on the back to relax. Just like if you contract your bicep, the muscles on the opposite side, your tricep, they're forced to relax. And then going further each time. And then we go to side lying neck, lateral flexion. So again, pretty simple. Lie on the side, lift your neck up and let it stretch, let it go down. And you can add a bit of resistance with your hand. But this one's a good one to do for higher reps, just to get blood flow into the neck. Then we can do the back of the neck and the kind of back side of the neck. This one you can also do lying off a bed, so you can let your head hang down. But same principle. I know it might look a little strange, but it's good to strengthen those kind of posterior back part of the neck muscle. And then we can do the front, just lying straight. Some people find this quite straining on the neck structures, but usually because they're just not used to it. So you build up slowly, do it nice and slow, and just control the range of motion. And then if that's a little easy, or you want a bit more range of motion, just using the foam roller again, or off the edge of a bed. And just extending, breathing, relaxing, and going through a full range of motion. And just playing around with it. I usually like to go by feel in these exercises, but as long as you're getting the blood flow, you can do a bit of rotation as well. Generally just a good thing to do regularly, just to keep blood flow to your neck muscles and keep them strong, keep the endurance. Now onto the shoulder. So this would be a standard shrug, which is good, but I like this one for general shoulder pain. So I call it a mid-trap shrug. So just leaning forward and you'll see the angle of the shoulder comes just behind the ear. Keeping the arm nice and relaxed, nice and straight. So this is more of a row, coming a bit more towards the back. But if you're going to do this one, you might as well do a full row. But in a nutshell, they're all good. So I'd utilize all of them, but the mid-trap shrug will be my favorite. And then you can come and you can do seated front raise. So just sitting up or sitting down, nice and tall. You just have the dumbbell between your legs. You're just going to, with straight arms, raise it straight up. And you can increase the difficulty at the top by leaning forward. Don't have to lean too far forward, but you can just play around with it, see how it feels. And again, not too heavy, because when you get to the top, it gets really hard. So you don't want to kind of wing it up the top. You don't want to force the range of motion. And again, breathing throughout. Next, we've got our Y raise. So lying on flat surface, particularly would be beneficial is elevated, so you can get more range of motion, but you can do it on the floor as well. And just raising the arm out to the side. I like to use just a few kilos here. Don't need to go too heavy. You don't, again, want to be forcing the range of motion. Nice, slow and controlled lift. And then also here in a Y shape. So this is just going to hit different parts of the shoulder. Again, increasing endurance and strength.